Leave Sister Nkechi for Brother Benga. Hey guys, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my corner. So if you're a first timer, hi, my name is Imade. It's nice to meet you. It's nice that you have finally clicked my video and you are watching my video. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification bell, and let's have fun together. In today's video, we are going to be doing a little chit chat, what I would call gist.com on this channel. It's an episode of gist.com on this channel. So today guys, we are going to be talking about the things to check before getting into a relationship. The things to check before getting into a relationship. That is to say, things you should look out for in your partner, things you should consider in your partner before actually dating them, not just really going and just dating because of dating's sake. So yeah guys, let me take you on this tour, on this guide, on this whatever you are going to call it, this TED Talk today. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn something from it. I hope you see the importance of this video today and you apply it in your life as we move forward. Yeah, so let's get right into this video. The first thing guys that I would say you should consider before getting into a relationship with a person is you should find out how they feel about their ex. If they have an ex, or if they have somebody they liked before or whatever, they were in a situationship with, not really they were in a relationship, whether they were in a situationship, whether they were in a relationship, whether they just had a flimsy crush on somebody, you should find out where they stand with their ex. Do they still like this person? Have they emotionally evolved out of this person? Because a lot of times some people are just using you as, what's that word, a comeback relationship. What do they call it? They are just brewing or being sad about their past relationship and they are trying to use you to come out of that whole situation, and you don't want to be that person unless you're okay with being that person though, because obviously when they come out of that situation, you're not going to be their choice. They are just using you to pass away time. They will go out and get who they actually want. So you should find out. I know that it's not really easy to know where somebody stands with their ex, but there are little details that will give it out, that you will be like, yeah, this person is not yet over their ex and it's time to move, it's time to pack your bags and go. This is not where you want to be, this is not what you want to do. You're not about to be somebody's second choice because you're number one, and you're always going to be number one in anybody's life. So you're not about to waste your time trying to baby somebody into getting out of that emotional state they were left in. So you have to put that into consideration. Their feelings towards their ex, how they feel towards their former partner, are they still in love with that person or whatever. Yeah, that's basically number one. I feel like this is very, very important. You have to find out, you have to do your research, baby girl and guys too, because this video is for everybody. It's for both boys, it's for both girls. So you have to figure out where your stand is. For some people, they get over their ex and they're still friends with them. I feel like you will be able to tell when somebody is just obviously being friends and when they don't actually still have feelings for that person. So yeah, that's number one. Then number two, you need to consider and you need to know their relationship with their family and friends. You need to see how they treat their family. Are they a family person? Especially if this relationship you want to enter is going to be a long-term relationship, you need to find out how they treat their family and their friends, because this will somehow in turn tell you how they will treat you and how they will be like in their own family, what they would do in their own family. So I feel like this is also a very big consideration for a person before entering into a relationship or before dating somebody. You have to find out how they react, how they treat their family and their friends. Are they there for their family? Are they there for their friends? Because if they are not even there for their family or their friends, how would they obviously be there for you, right? So you have to know how they handle friendship. If you're not going long term, it's still very important to know these things, because you never can tell what will happen in the future. I'm not saying everybody should enter a relationship with the mindset of the future or the mindset of it going far. Not everybody is meant to do long-term relationships. Some people are just okay to go with the flow. So if you're just going with the flow, maybe this might not be an important consideration because you're not thinking about the future. But once you're in a relationship and you started thinking about what's next, are you guys entering into something bigger than just what you initially had in mind? You have to put all these things into consideration. It's okay to not want to date to marry, right? It's okay not to do that. I feel like everybody and what they want to do. You have to know your kind of person. Are you the kind that likes solo, that like long-term relationship? Are you the kind that you get bored easily? You have to obviously know yourself first, and you also have to know this about the person you're getting into a relationship with, because you might be a short-term relationship person and that person is a long-term relationship person, and that person obviously will feel bad when you leave that person. So you have to like find your match and all of that. I know that it's not really easy because you might not know, things might get complicated here. Yes, so that aside, the third thing to put into consideration before getting into a relationship is how do they feel about the things you love doing? Do they support you? Do they like what you're into? Because you might be somebody now, for example, you're into the social media thing and all of that, and then this person does not really like, you're already seeing signs that this person is not a social person and he doesn't even want the person is going to be with, he or she is going to be with, to be a sociable person. So you have to put that into consideration. How is their reaction when you post pictures? How is their reaction when you do things that you love doing? Are they supportive? Do they not really agree with your path in life? You need to consider all those things, because dating somebody that is not in support of what you're doing is going to bring you down. It's going to put so much negativity into your craft, and you don't want any of that. You don't want all of that negative energy. You want somebody that is going to be shouting for you, that is going to be rooting for you, that is going to be like giving you everyday updates of how to make and improve yourself in your craft, in your field. And I'm saying this for both guys and the ladies, because it's not just one-sided. Whatever you're doing, your partner has to support you, your partner has to love what you're doing with you. And even if the person doesn't necessarily love what you're doing, the person is not always negative about what you're doing, the person is not always trying to bring you down, not trying to make you feel like what you're doing is not good enough or is not as important as doing another thing. You get me, right? I know that you guys get me. So that is one of the things to put into consideration. So guys, the fourth thing to put into consideration, how they treat others. You must pay attention to how your partner or whoever you want to get into a relationship treats others, because it shows. Don't get carried away with all the spa nylons, all the shopping, all the everything. Don't get carried away with all the physical appearance, the body, the shape and everything, and then you neglect how they treat others. You're obviously seeing them being really mean to somebody unnecessarily, and you're just there eating your chicken and you're like, no, it's not going to happen to me, baby. The time is coming when he's going to show you his true character to you. So all those things, you have to consider them. You have to put them into consideration. They have to be at the back of your mind wherever you're going. You have to see how they treat people working for them. If you're dating somebody that is working or have people that are under them, you have to see how they treat these people, how they treat them. They treat them with compassion or they treat them like less of themselves, because it's going to reflect in how they treat you too at some point in your relationship. And you don't want that. You don't want any of that, right? So that should be something to put into consideration. The next thing I feel like we should put into consideration before dating somebody or before going into a relationship or whatever, or marriage with somebody, is you need to consider what they are currently looking for in a relationship. You need to know what they are looking for, the kind of partner they are looking for. Like, I would say it's not a bad thing for a person to want a financially stable person, or it's not bad for a person to want somebody that is going to cook and clean for them. But where I have a problem with it is when you don't let your partner know that this is the type of person you are, and make them make that decision of wanting to be with you, and then all of a sudden when they are with you, you start demanding rubbish that they cannot meet up to. So these are part of the things to consider when you've not yet entered the relationship, you guys have to talk. What does this person like? Okay, I'm not such a clean person, I'm not such a tidy person, I'm looking for somebody that can be very tidy, that can clean, that can cook. And you as a girl, you know that you are not that type that is so into housework and all of that. Then you know where to draw the line. You know that, okay, this is not the person for me, this is not who I should be going for. I should be looking for somebody that will bring in 50% of the housework, I bring in 50% of the housework, or it might not be 50-50 anyhow, and I also bring in something financially. Then for the ladies, you might also want somebody that is financially stable. There is nothing wrong in wanting somebody that is financially stable, even if you're not financially stable. I feel like everything has its merits and its demerits. In as much as putting your financial everything on somebody, it's like you're like giving total control of your life to that person, because whoever is holding the financial key to your life has control over you, whether you like it or not. But if you're okay with that, you're okay with somebody controlling you, you're okay with sitting down at home and doing nothing, then fine, look for somebody that is also looking for your kind of person, that he just wants to, you know, give him all your money, give you all his money, do everything for you, and he doesn't have a problem with it. And I pray and I hope that in the future it doesn't backfire, because most of the times when you are completely relying on somebody financially, they tend to use that against you. You're giving them too much control over your life. Everybody has to have some bit of financial security for themselves, right? But that's just it. If you're the type that you don't really want to do anything, you just want, and this is not trying to say that those that are doing housework, they are not doing anything, but the truth is that you're doing housework, but you're not getting money for that thing you're doing. They can wake up one day and say they are not interested or whatever, and then your housework, nobody's going to pay you for all the housework that you've been doing. You're just going to be left with nothing. So let's be wise, but it's not wrong to want that for yourself. It's okay to want that for yourself. If that's what you want for yourself, then go get it. But you should know what your partner is looking for in a relationship. You should spell it out, pump and play. No cutting through the corners. This is what I'm looking for. You two, you say this is what I'm looking for, and you guys come to an agreement that this is what we want before entering into a relationship. The next thing that I feel like everybody should consider in a relationship before entering a relationship is understanding the other person's love language. The other person's love language might be constant attention, and I get that sometimes you cannot really give as much attention as the person might want, but you have to try. You have to understand. If the person is too demanding for attention and you know that you can't give this person that much attention as the person is looking for, then you have to bounce. You have to take the door. You have to exit, because you guys will be going back and forth today. Oh, I'm sorry, I would give you more attention next time, which you will not be able to do, and then they complain again, just back and forth like that. So you have to understand each other's love language. This other person's love language might be getting surprises, gifts, and all of that. So you must not have the biggest money, but there are ways to make people feel appreciated, especially people that like words of affirmation. If your partner is always looking for how you should compliment them, do not be stingy with your compliments. Give it out freely. Always tell them how they look. Gas them up. And I'm saying this for the guys because I feel like women, we always want words of affirmation. So if you're with somebody that is that kind of person, you know that you have to go and be googling new sweet things to tell her. So you have to know your partner's love language. The person you're about to be in a relationship with, you have to know their love language, what they like. You get me? Yeah. So moving on to another thing. Another thing I think that we should consider before getting into a relationship is knowing what your partner likes doing. What's their guilty pleasure? Are you up for that? Can you condone those things? You have to know their flaws. You have to know their imperfections. Is this something that you can tolerate? Are these things that you can tolerate? I know people that cannot tolerate not flushing the toilet. So you have to be observant. You have to watch what is this person's flaws, what is this person's guilty pleasure, what does this person do, is it something that is going to irritate me, is it something that I will be comfortable with? Because whether you like it or not, everybody have flaws, everybody have guilty pleasures, everybody have nasty things they do behind the scenes. So you have to be very observant, you know. You have to be observant, not just every day let's go and eat rice and chicken. You have to be very, very observant about these little details and these things that will not scratch your body later in the future. Yeah, that is another thing I feel like people should consider before dating or relationship or marriage or whatever. We should go for what we want in a partner, yeah, and not what society wants. Because I feel like a lot of people do not want to be seen a certain type of way. So instead of going for who they like, they will go for who is acceptable in all society standards, and then they start having issues later on. Let me give examples about what I'm saying. And sometimes the person in question, they are also very guilty because they're also part of the people that point fingers at people and like, oh, you're this, but then that person is who you actually want, but you want to hide and cover. Okay, let me give an example so that you guys don't misunderstand me. So now, as a guy, you're somebody that like freaky, you know that you're a freaky man, and then you are seeing Auntie A that is freaky, that likes all the things that you like, the same dressing you like, she likes wearing it, the same everything, but rather because of you yourself, you're part of the people that used to tell her shaggy, that used to tell her she's this and she's that, and she's not wearing gown that is reaching her knee. You now go for the other one. That when you now keep her in your house, you now go and start following Auntie A. People should tell yourself the truth. You want to go and marry Sister Nkechi. Meanwhile, there is a brother for Sister Nkechi that will like Sister Nkechi, how she is, how she's wearing her gown, how she's doing it. In fact, that is what used to make him happy when he sees that. But you know that is when everything is shaking that you are happy. When everything is shaking. But you will go and be following Sister Nkechi. Why? Why will you go and be following Sister Nkechi when you know that you like all these sets and balancing, but you want to deceive yourself? Then later on, you now go and start eyeing Sister A. Go for what you want without any apology. Don't let anybody tell you what you want. But because you are insulting freaky. But meanwhile, it's freaky that you know that you want, that you go and do in the corners. Why do it in the corner so you can carry one and put it inside your house? Put freaky inside your house. But no, you don't want that one. I lie. The one that every day you come back and you are not happy, that is the one you go and carry so that everybody will be congratulating you that you married Sister Nkechi. My dear, Sister Nkechi is good, but leave Sister Nkechi for Brother Benga. Leave Sister Nkechi for Brother Benga. You that like which person name will I use now? You that like freaky. You daddy that like freaky. Go for freaky. Leave Sister Nkechi for Brother Benga. Okay? Another thing I feel like you should consider before entering a relationship is this person in question emotionally matured? Is this person in question physically matured too? Because I'm not here training you people to follow underage. No. Person physically matured, is the person emotionally matured? Because how does the person feel about their own self? Because if you can't find happiness alone, you're not happy alone, you will not be happy by getting into a relationship or by getting married or by and that's how I feel like if the other person isn't happy with themselves and you're going into a relationship with that person will not be able to bring happiness to your relationship because the person never had happiness before coming into that relationship. You have to bring in happiness. You have to always feel good about yourself. You always have to feel pumped about yourself alone. You have to be very, very emotionally matured. I feel like people have to be emotionally matured to be in any sort of relationship, even situationship. You have to be emotionally matured. So is this person that I'm going for, is the person emotionally matured? And emotional maturity doesn't have anything to do with age. I'm not saying you should not follow somebody that is 16 because the person is emotionally matured. What I mean is that somebody that is 32 might not be emotionally matured, but somebody that is 28 can be, or 26 can be emotionally matured. So that's part of the thing you have to consider, the maturity level of that person's brain, how they reason and all of that. So yeah guys, we've come to the end of today's chit chat, today's TED talk. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Tell me what you think about today's topic. Give your own, tell me more things people should consider before going into a relationship, and I will see you next time in another episode of my chit chat, of my TED talk. So if you're not yet subscribed to my channel at this point, I do not know what to say to you, but please subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification bell, you know, share. If you love me that much, please just share it and tag people to come and watch this video. Share it. It's informative. Yeah. Share it to your friends, let them watch. And yeah, that will be that for today. Till next time on Chit Chat with Imade. Bye guys, see you next time. Love you. I should fuck her in the Benz.